What's going on, guys? Brandon here with Legendary Life Media, aka the Abundance Architect. And I'm just popping on here to shoot my first video blog. Some of you might know I used to have a podcast back in the day, and I do YouTube videos on YouTube, specifically around money and finance. But if you guys are following Legendary Life Media, you're following me, you're following any of the other contributors, first of all, thank you. And you know that we are about creating an awesome life, living an awesome life. And here's the reason that I want to talk to you about abundance. It's hard to experience all the things that you want to experience in life if you don't have an abundance mindset. And the reason this is important is because your thoughts, your emotions, your feelings, your philosophy, ultimately your philosophy on life, is what determines how you interpret your experiences of life, how you navigate through the world, and what is actually possible for you. So your philosophy, Jim Rohn talks about this. He says your philosophy on life is the most important thing. Work on your philosophy. So coming from that standpoint, if you look at your philosophy on money, if you look at your philosophy on wealth or abundance, or what happens, the first thing I would say is, what happens to you when I say the word abundance? Do you have a negative reaction to that? Or do you vibrate with it and you're like, yes, I love it. I love abundance. I love it. How you respond and react to these ideas will tell you a lot about your own philosophy. And the reason this is important is because most people go through life, they never stop and look at what they're thinking, why they think the way they think, and they're kind of on autopilot, right? So you guys kind of know the memes where it's talking about people calling them NPCs. Well, this is a real thing, because if you don't audit your thoughts, if you don't audit your belief system, then you don't know necessarily what you do believe and what you're creating based on that belief. So if you want to rise higher in some aspect of life, you need to look at your belief system, you need to look at your philosophy on life, and you need to audit your mindset. So when I say abundance, because an abundance mindset is critical for living an abundant life, right? So sounds obvious, but here's the thing. What is abundance? Abundance is the ability to do more, the ability to experience more. It's having more than is required, right? So there's a couple things: finance, wealth, health, relationships, all these things that we talk about as part of Legendary Life Media, from an experience of life, creating this experience of life that you truly want to have, creating this experience of life that most people truly desire but aren't willing to work for or don't know how to create it. The first thing that you have to do is work on your mindset, right? Because there's no accomplishing your goals. Whatever your goals are, there's no accomplishing it without having the right belief system, the right philosophy about your ability to accomplish that goal, right? So if it's you want more money, you want more freedom, you want more expressive love in your relationships, you want better health, whatever it is, like whatever that area is that you're focusing on, you have to look at the possibilities. That something I talk about a lot is, if you look at the context of a thought, right? Whatever your thoughts are on life, if I asked you, take out a piece of paper, write down your 10 statements about your philosophy on life. If we break that down into these areas, health, wealth, finances, relationships, right? If you write down those items and look at them, you would see that the ideas that you have about those areas of your life, they exist in one of two polarities, right? There's the empowered context, either that side of the polarity that serves you, that's empowering, that actually makes a difference in your life, and there's a disempowered context, which is, it's destructive, it harms you, it stops you, it prevents you from actually achieving your goals in that area. If you were to audit your thoughts and your belief systems and your philosophy in these areas of life, and start to look at, where do I believe, whether it's consciously or subconsciously, is in these disempowering ideas versus the empowering ideas, and start to audit that belief system and start to change those beliefs and work on yourself in a way where you can start to change the way that you think about some of those things that are harming you, then you can start to elevate the possibilities that show up in your life. And what happens when you do that? The world shows up and mirrors your belief system. It mirrors your reality, right? So that's why this is important. It's about creating your own reality. It's about experiencing abundance. It's about experiencing life that you truly desire, that you're truly grateful for, that you're truly happy to create, and not being at effect these negative programs, these negative ideas, these harmful, unhealthy belief systems that exist that so many people are affected to. When it comes to abundance, to truly experience abundance, you have to first look at, what does wealth mean to you? What is abundance to you, right? So when we talk about money, it's a whole different conversation, because financial abundance, wealth, it means many different things, right? Right. So when you're talking about financial abundance, right, you're thinking, I'd like to have a lot of money, right? But when you think about wealth, what comes to your mind when you think about the word wealth, right? Now you're talking about assets, you're talking about financial abundance, you're talking about so when I talk about abundance, it's a holistic view of wealth, right? Because you can't just be wealthy with money and not have your health or not have good relationships, for example. So, what true wealth is an abundance in all these areas of life. This is why we created Legendary Life Media. This is why I have been creating videos to help people improve their mindset on YouTube. And this is exactly why I say that having an abundance mindset is critical to any aspect of life that you are trying to improve or that you have goals to accomplish in. Because, everybody in the world is walking around with the scarcity mindset, right? And here's the truth, okay? Money doesn't work without scarcity. Scarcity is an economic value indicator. What I mean by that is money gains its value through scarcity. Money doesn't gain its value through abundance. Money gains its value from there not being enough of it, and that's what causes a demand. So the truth is, not everybody can be rich, but if you want to be rich, you have to, it's a skill. First of all, money's a game. You have to learn the rules of the game. Then managing your money is a skill. Then learning high income skills to increase your income. Then learning investing. All those different components are aspects of building your personal financial abundance. But this is why I talk about abundance from a holistic perspective, because once you have money, what's important to you, right? Your relationships, your family, your health, things that you can't buy. And this is why it's so critical early on your journey, whatever it is, whatever your goals are, whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish in life, to have this amazing life, to have these amazing relationships, whatever it is, you have to look at what those things are. You have to look at what is abundance and wealth from a non-financial perspective, and that is your character, your morals, your relationships, your communication, your skill set, all these things that money can't buy, but you can buy by investing your time, by auditing your thoughts, by auditing your belief systems, and by really looking at and trying to understand what your philosophy about life is and how it's helping you or hurting you, right? Because if you look in the areas where it's hurting you, now you know where you can grow, where you can improve, how you can change, or what you need to learn or spend your time learning in order to make a positive change in your life. And then those areas where your philosophy is prosperous, is empowering, then you also know that you can kind of double down and continue to lean into that belief system, continue to lean into that way of being, continue to lean into that philosophy, and embody more of who you really are, who you know you can be, and the life that you want to create. So that's why having an abundance mindset is the most critical part of living a legendary life, of achieving your goals, achieving your purposes. And if you want to have a great life, you want to have good experiences, you want to have great, abundant relationships, financial abundance, wealth, travel experiences, whatever it is that you're looking to have in life, you need to look at that core philosophy, the core belief systems, and you actually need to work on yourself to improve yourself. And becoming the best version of you is the fastest path to achieving success, to increasing your abundance, and to actually living the life of your dreams.